1-minute countdown so that I can watch the signal go from my BeLive studio over to OneStream, and then click the Amazon Live button, which I've just done. And then on my, I know it sounds complicated, but once you got into the routine, it's straightforward. I'm live on OneStream now, and I'm going to go live on the app on my iPad, and everything's looking good so far. And I can go live, and I can come back to the BeLive studio, and we've got 12 seconds left. Okay, and then I'll start by pressing this button, and now you can see me. Okay, this is Stephen in glorious, wonderful Wiltshire in the UK, where it's about to rain hard. Right, 2 changes to this week's broadcast. One, first of all, I'm fuzzy. Let's try and correct the fuzziness. Okay, should come back to me. That's good. Okay, so the fuzziness is gone. Right, okay, and we are live on Amazon Live, so that's good. Our first comment of the day comes from Corinda, and Corinda's saying, how are you? I'm fine, Corinda. All is well. Just spent the weekend in Henley-on-Thames with Katie's daughter, sorry, Angelica's daughter Katie, and son Martin and their partners, and had an excellent week, including visiting, if I can get this on camera, Cliveden Estate, and we did a 6-mile walk around the estate. It was it was cool, but it was a sunny day, so shout out to Cliveden. And if I go here and I can open this up and I'll show you on screen whether it shows or not. Yeah, that's a map of Cliveden, and we walked from one end to the other. Okay, so set plus change today is that we're running half an hour late because we had to go and do the shopping today, because normally we do the shopping on Saturday, but we were in Henley-on-Thames. If you don't know Henley-on-Thames, Henley-on-Thames is where the Henley Regatta takes place. Okay, and the other thing you don't know is that it's possible to walk on the River Thames. If you go west, you can actually walk all the way to Devizes, which would probably take you 2 or 3 days. We went on the train though, which didn't take 2 or 3 days. It took 1.5 hours. And Corinda, second change today, whereas Nick today, unfortunately, Nick can't make the broadcast today. He hopefully will be back next week. But you've got me, you've stuck with me. Okay, so that was the weekend, which was a visit to Cliveden, and beautiful National Trust property. We're members of the National Trust, and that means we can visit all the properties free of charge for an annual membership fee. And that was well worth the 6-mile walk in the sunshine, including lunch in the sun. That was good. And Henley itself is a beautiful town, not far away from London, nearer to London than we are in Devizes, I would say, definitely. We had to get 3 trains to actually get there. So that's it. Nick, I wish you and your family well, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, live on Amazon Live. Okay, and another mention, if I hide that card now, so it's just me today: lights, camera, action, webcams, audio gear, Fitbits, microphones, and live video. And when I say live video, I actually want to include Zoom. So anything that I talk about this afternoon, as well as working on live video on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, will work on Zoom. Okay, so you can improve your Zooms by getting some of the kit that I'm about to talk about. I just want to give take a serious moment at the beginning of the show to say that I am live from England. This is lights, camera, action. Please unmute to listen. I'm broadcasting today using BeLive, which means I'm using the wonderful software created by BeLive, And Belive's engineering base is actually in Kiev in the Ukraine. And I cannot imagine what it's like in Kiev at the moment. So I want to give a shout out support for the team members of Belive in Kiev, and hope that everything is resolved. I know that countries around the world are actually doing things. So shout out to Belive and the team at Belive. You've got the support of everybody watching this, I'm pretty sure, and everybody who knows you on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And yeah, okay, so let's hope things work out. I'm going to take that off screen by going there. Okay. No, I can't imagine what it's actually like. Okay, now you're watching two cameras at the moment. On your left-hand side is the Logitech Brio. On the right-hand side is the Ultraspot Tiny. And the Ultraspot Tiny is a very special camera, which I'll show you in a moment. But first of all, I want to talk about this one. Now I'm going to start here. Basically, you're watching the Logitech Brio. Okay, and Logitech Brio today is 20% off. Okay, so instead of $199.99, it's $159.99. So it's basically a very good price. A very good price. Now, what I'm going to do is during the course of this, I'm actually going to tell you all about Logitech Brio and the Tiny and the Elgato Wave microphone and a whole host of things. But on this broadcast, we do something different, and the something different is to actually have a quiz. And therefore, I'm going to bring in the quiz. Okay, so the quiz is going to come on screen in a second. And I'm going to switch over there. Okay, and I'm going to hide that. So you should still be able to hear me. Just a second. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, you can still hear me. That's good. We've got technology in the studio that allows us to check our sound levels. So I know the sound level on my end is okay, and hopefully it should be going all the way to Amazon Live. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the quiz after I've changed things up a bit. Okay, so you can actually see the quiz now, and I've already decided we're going to go with connections, and we're going to go with 1970s. Okay, so I want to say thank you before we start to Trivia Plaza, who've given us permission to actually use this software on Amazon Live. We're doing a movie quiz. Rather than me tell you, well, I can tell you, basically we have 10 questions, multiple choice. I do need your help because Nick's not here today. So if you know the answers to any of the questions, then please do say, and let's press play. And whilst you're thinking about the answers, I shall do my demonstration. So play. Question 1. Which actor or actress connects these movies? Manhattan, which was 79, Holocaust, 78, The Deer Hunter, which was 1978 too. Is it James Woods, Christopher Walken, Jane Fonda, or Meryl Streep? Right, whilst we're thinking about that, I'll come back to the question in a minute, and I'll make sure that my camera is focused. All I'm doing here is just reselecting my camera, and it'll come back to me being focused. I've got my fingers crossed. This is a Monday broadcast. Monday broadcasts are always the most difficult of broadcasts. And I'm hoping that I come back into focus in a second. Bear with me. And thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. Yes. Okay. Let's see if we can up the game. What I'm going to show you now is basically if you have a Logitech camera, and I'm using Logitech Brio, there is software that you can download which will allow you to take control of your camera. Okay, and it's called Logitech Capture. Logitech Capture is, if you've got a Logitech camera, 920, 922, 925, 930, or the one Marco knows about, or the Brio, then there is software that you can actually use to actually control your camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring, there are two pieces of software. I'm just closing a browser and closing a tab on my way around, and I'm going to go to video. Okay, and these programs are actually sat on my desktop. I downloaded them from Logitech.com, installed them, and as soon as they're installed, they know all about Logitech camera. They can find it, and you can set up each of the cameras in turn. I'm fortunate I've got two cameras connected to the system today. That's the Obsbot Tiny, which we'll see in a moment, and the Logitech Brio, which we're actually looking at now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share, and this is the tricky bit. So bear with me a moment. Okay, and I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to bring this to the side of me. Okay, and I'm going to hide the quiz, take myself off. Okay, this is the software that actually controls the camera. There are two programs. Logitech Capture is the primary one, and then this one is the secondary one. This one is more lightweight, but it will show you what can actually be achieved with a camera. And for this, with a Logitech Brio camera today, I'm going to change again, and I'm going to go for the other theme, which is that one, and I'm going to go side by side, so you've got a wide angle look at my settings. Okay, this is my camera. This is my Logitech Brio, and what I'm going to do is, using the software which you download from Logitech.com, I'm going to zoom in. Now, as I zoom in, I've got an immediate response, and you can see that I can zoom in as far as I want. But the thing is, you can't see me properly now. So what we need to do is to go back and reduce the zoom step by step until you can actually see me. Okay, so the zoom is one of the main features. You can decide how close you want to be to the camera, and I'll come back to that in a minute. You can also pan left and right, so let's have a bit of the green screen either side. So you can pan left and right, you can pan up and down, so I can take myself up or down, depends on, right, that's down, let's come back up again. And what you want to have headroom at the top of your frame. Okay, don't have it. Okay, you don't have it so you're cutting the top of your head off. Yeah, that's not a good look. And whether you're on Zoom or broadcasting to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, what you want to have is one where you're correctly framed. Now, correctly framed, headroom, and make sure you're sort of in the middle of the screen. Yeah, don't be off to one side of the screen or the other side of the screen. That is distracting. What you want to be, if you're a presenter and you're hosting a live broadcast, then you definitely want to be in the center of the screen. Now, as far as images are concerned, this is me with a green screen, but if I go here, you can see more of my office. Okay, and that's the 90-degree view. The Logitech Brio can go 90, 78, and 65. Okay, and it's going tighter each time. It's actually zooming in. So this is the bit that I don't want you to see. This is the bit with the, I love the color of the back wall, but it just doesn't look right on a live broadcast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to 78, and that zooms in. Okay, so you can see a hint of the color of the back wall, but you can't actually see the back wall itself. And then I'm going to go to 65 degrees, and that's just me. And that's probably the best one of all. Yeah, because if we take that full screen, yeah, that looks, I've got the headroom, I'm in the center of the screen, and I'm looking at the camera. Okay, so fields of vision, you've got three, and let's just run through those again. And this is software that's provided by, hang on, I'll get there in a minute. I pressed the wrong button. This is going to happen a lot in this broadcast. That's a tight 65 degrees. Then the 78 with a hint of the chessboard, which is down there. And then the 90 degrees. I saw a beautiful chessboard yesterday. It was circular, and it was in the UK we have a lot of charity shops, second-hand goods, and it was beautiful. I might even ask Angelica's daughter to actually get it for me. And yeah, because I've been on eBay, I've been on Amazon, and there isn't anything like it. Okay, so back to 78 degrees again. Okay, and then back to 65 degrees. So those are the 3 degrees. Okay, 65, 78, and 90 are the degrees you can actually. Okay, now you're looking at the Logitech Brio camera, and I'm taking you through the control set that you can download from logitech.com for free once you've actually got a camera. Okay, advanced wise, there are a series of settings on advanced. Now, on all the settings, 50% is the default. So if I go bright, okay, that's obviously too bright. If I go dark, that's obviously too dark. I want to be somewhere in the middle. Now, this is personal preference, okay? I'm used to broadcasting with the defaults. You may want to go slightly over or slightly under. Okay, now a thing to notice about the Brio camera is if I bring my other camera on for a moment and I switch back to me, okay, you'll notice top is the Brio, underneath is the Ultraspot Tiny. The Ultraspot Tiny is like the C920, the C922, etc. in terms of colorways. The colorway on Logitech Brio is oversaturated, and that's been done on purpose. And I've got so used to looking like a look at the top that I'm quite happy with this. But that's what this difference in color on an image between the Brio and the Ultraspot and the C920, 922, as you actually see later. Okay, so let's hide the second me and come back to one of me. On the controls, so I can adjust the brightness, I can adjust the contrast. So let's have a go adjusting the contrast. If you wanted special effects, you could actually increase or decrease the contrast. But again, coming back to 50 is where you want to be. Okay, and I've gone up to 57, so I'm going to go back slightly to 51. And that's what I mean, basically, it's to suit yourself. This is what it's all about. It's about getting it so you look good to yourself. Okay. Color intensity, I can take out all the color. Now, there is a case for actually doing this occasionally. I mean, this would attract attention. Okay, this would bring people in. I wouldn't be sepia forever, but being sepia from time to time can highlight a particular point. So if I'm talking about something serious, I could actually go into sepia to give a sort of television feel about it. And that's one of the options you've got with the free software you can download from logitech.com. So let's come back to both of us on screen and just adjust that. And I'm going to increase the color intensity gradually, and I'll get more and more color in my cheeks as we head towards 50%. And that's just over 50%. Need to take a little bit out. Okay, if I want to go to extremes, I can actually go there. Now that's not a good look, so I'm going to go back to 50%, and all the default settings, as I say, are 50%. And then auto white balance, you don't actually need. It's no, well, in normal lighting, then you don't need it. When it's dark, then you need it. But in normal usage, you don't. And I'm just going to up that color intensity back to 50. Slowly but surely edge it to 50. Okay, right. And the white balance, I've switched on and off just so you can see any difference. I'm not sure there's any difference at the moment. Finally, auto focus, and I'm going to go picture in picture. If I shrink myself, okay, shrink myself, then basically You can see the controls, and just gone through, looked at brightness, color intensity, contrast, auto white balance, auto focus. I'm going to switch that off. We don't actually need it, okay, because it's years on screen, and what we don't want is the camera to be continually focusing and refocusing as we move. Yeah, as I move, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so that's the control system for Logitech Brio. So once you've got the camera, and thank you for watching on Amazon Live. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, please do ask. Oh, I've forgotten something. Just a minute. Okay, let's go back up here. Welcome to the show, and thank you for watching. You are watching Lights, Camera, Action, and you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. Okay. Now, before I got to Amazon Live, which was August 2021, I was a live broadcaster on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm just so happy to actually be broadcasting to you today. I'd like to say thank you for actually spending your time with me. Okay, so I'm going to take that off and just say thank you for watching. Now, if you are watching and not listening, yeah, then press the unmute button in the center of the screen, then you can hear my stories. I've got stories about everything, and I am here to actually help and guide and answer your questions about the items down in the carousel. Now I'm going to show you the items one by one and talk about them and explain them and show what you can do with them, what you can achieve and how they work. So first thing, the Logitech Brio camera is download the software. So download the software, which is Logitech Capture, which is on the logitech.com site, and you just download it, and you've then got complete control of the camera. Logitech Capture from logitech.com. Once you get to the site, search for Logitech Capture, download the software, install it on your machine, PC or Mac, and it will find your camera. And then when you're in Zoom, you bring in Logitech Capture. When you're on the web, you bring in Logitech Capture as your camera, and that's it. And then you've got complete control over it. And it's a wonderful piece of software. You can do things with Logitech Capture that you can't actually do with your internal camera. Now, we all start off using our internal camera for the obvious reason that it's part of our PC or Mac. So, next thing I want to come to, because just to close with Logitech Brio there, as we've seen, it's 90 degrees, 78 degrees, 65 degrees, yeah, field of vision. It's 720, 1080p. The larger the number, the more pixels, the clearer the picture. Now, I'm broadcasting to you now on Amazon Live at 720 pixels. And that's basically what Amazon have said, because that's, to be fair to everybody, the difference between 720 and 1080, the clarity difference, you can see it, okay? But 720 is DVD quality, and 1080 is higher than that, okay? High definition. We're broadcast at 720 on Amazon Live, because if you're watching me now on mobile and you're on a tariff, then this is mobile friendly, because if I'm broadcasting at 720 and I switch to 1080, yeah, I'm sending you twice as much data, which is, if you're on a tariff, is going to be expensive. So streaming at 720 is mobile friendly. As a general rule, Facebook is 720 unless like me, you are broadcasting. That's like me, you're broadcasting on BeLive. BeLive can broadcast to Facebook in 1080p as a Facebook video partner, and it's available from within the studio to anybody who's using BeLive. Okay, that's that. Now, the next thing I want to go on to, okay, first section's all about cameras, is I'm actually going to show you this. So what I need to do, oh, we're running a quiz, aren't we? Just a minute. Let's find a quiz. Okay, so we might not do much of the quiz today. So we're running a movie quiz, and the question is, which actor or actress connects these movies? If you know the answer, then please type the answer in the comments on Amazon Live, on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. So the films are Manhattan, Holocaust, and The Deer Hunter. Was it James Woods, Christopher Walken, Jane Fonda, or Meryl Streep? In the absence of any guesses, I'm going to actually do it myself, and I'm going to go with, I'm going to be wrong here, but it's all for fun. I'm going to go with, if you're shouting Christopher Walken, then you're wrong. It was in fact Meryl Streep. Okay, our second film before I come back and actually carry on with the demonstrations. Which actor connects The Towering Inferno, which is 74, Bang the Drum Slowly, which is 73, and The Sting, which is 73? Paul Newman, Robert De Niro, Robert Redford, or Sophia Loren? Okay, and I'm going to hide the quiz. Okay, I might remember to come back to it, I might not. Okay, I'm going to stick on me for the moment, and we're going to go on to the second camera. Okay, now down the carousel highlighter now is the Logitech C920. I have one. Okay, and I'm going to bring this camera up, and I'm going to go there. Okay, and I'm going to bring this down. Okay, so the camera bottom right is Logitech Brio. Camera showing on the whole of the screen is in fact the Overspot, which we'll come to later. This is the Logitech C920X camera. Now there are two models. There's the 920X, which is down in the carousel, and the 920, which is not in the carousel. Well, this might be further on. The 920X is special. This is the first camera that the vast majority of live broadcasters actually use. You've got the lens in the center, you've got microphones either side. To attach it to your computer, you pull that down, and then you put it over your monitor or over your computer, and then you adjust the rake so that you're looking straight at the camera. Okay. Now, as with the Brio, this is 1080p and 720p. So that's the level that I'm broadcasting at to you today, 720p. And this is a workhorse. This camera that I'm holding here in my left hand is 6 years old. It works. This is a testament to the quality of the build of Logitech cameras. This camera, as I say, 6 years old. It works as if it was new. You can put it over your monitor, or you can take a tripod. I just happen to have a tripod to hand, and you can affix the camera to the tripod just by, and this is live, so if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just need to screw the tripod into the camera, and you need to mean that you're doing it, and get it tight, and then you've got the situation where you can pull out the tripod legs. Okay, you can adjust the angle of the camera. Okay, and I'm going to adjust it like that. Now the thing is, I can't actually show you this working for the simple reason that this camera is not plugged in. Okay, so it's not powered up at the moment. It is the first camera that people buy. It's the first camera I bought, and it's still a bestseller. But the thing is about the 920X is it comes with some free software. 3-month trial of, and I'm just going to try and find it so I can show you. So just give me a second, and I'll try and find some an overview. It's found it, so I'm going to show this in the broadcast. Okay, with this camera, you get a 3-month subscription to XSplit VCam. Now, XSplit VCam, well, I could waffle for England. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the video. This is all about what you get with the camera that's down in the carousel at the moment. The X stands for XSplit. This is XSplit VCam. Let's take a look. is, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. The second thing you can do, I'm going to hide that. The second thing you can do is you can use a YouTube video as your backdrop. You can use a web page as your backdrop, or you can use an image from Unsplash. Now, unsplash.com is a free resource where photographers from around the world display their best photographs. And it's an amazing place to actually get backgrounds from, and it's free. Okay, when I use a background from unsplash.com, I send out a tweet and saying thank you for letting me use this, and that's how you actually promote them and use their backgrounds in your broadcast. Now, the video that I showed you a moment ago is actually on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, I'm just going to hide that because we've made that point. If you go to YouTube and you search for me, Stephen Healy, if you go Stephen Healy XSplit, then you'll find it and you watch the whole video. Okay, I'm only showing you the preview of the video in this live broadcast today, but the full video is on YouTube. So after this, you can actually go to if you want. Don't. Okay. I'm Stephen. I'm based in Wiltshire in England, as you can probably tell from my accent. I've been broadcasting for the last 6 years. If you've got any questions about broadcasting, then please do ask. Okay, the whole purpose of Amazon Live, and thank you for watching, the whole purpose of Amazon Live is for us to be able to help you. I got to know quite a few Amazon Live broadcasters. So first of all, we're all independent. We are independent broadcasters broadcasting Amazon Live. We are not employed by Amazon. We do get a small affiliate commission based on anything that's sold. But it's a pleasure to be here. I mean, to actually broadcast live on the world's either 5th or 3rd largest site is just an amazing feeling. I want to say I'm just pleased to be here, and thank you for actually joining me. So let's go and take myself off full screen, and you've got my name now. Okay, we're back to, this is actually the C920 that's down in the carousel at the moment. I've had it for 6 years. It's durable. It's an excellent first camera. It's not just a camera. It's got inbuilt microphones. I said right at the beginning, it's got twin microphones in there. So this is your first real piece of broadcasting kit. Most people, when they start broadcasting, when I started broadcasting, this is the camera I used, and it is so reliable. You just plug and play, no setup, and then you can also get, as we've just seen, the software I showed you, which I was using on my Brio, also works on the 920. It's the same software. So again, you can go to logitech.com, download Logitech Capture, and it will just work. Simple as that. Okay, now the thing I've got to do is to close my tripod. This is live, by the way. This may or may not work. Is to tidy up a little bit and unscrew this tripod. And of course, it doesn't want to know. Okay, just a minute. We'll get there. Right. Okay, so this is Logitech C920 down in the carousel. It's not plugged in at the moment, so I can't show you what it looks like, but it is a workhorse, and it's an ideal first camera. If you're looking for a present for somebody, then it is an ideal camera to get as I put it away. Okay, now to finish the camera section of this broadcast is basically what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm upgrading my kit. Okay, so everything that you see in the carousel I own, and what I'm doing each month is to get new pieces of kit to add them to my armory. And as I get a new piece of kit and I get to learn about it, I then show it to you. Now, one of my favorite purchases from Amazon in recent weeks, I'm going to go side by side, and is this. Now you can see two of me, but I'm going to reduce that by just putting one of me on screen. Okay, now I've got two cameras and one microphone. Okay, that's the way I'm doing it. I'll show you how I'm doing the two cameras, one microphone thing in a moment, but I do want to talk about this camera. And to do that, I'm actually going to screen share again. So I'm going to stop the screen share there. Okay, and I'm going to screen share again, and hopefully this will work. This is live. Things can go wrong, but hopefully. Okay, and I'm going to bring the screen share in. Okay, so again, the OBSBot Tiny has got software that's supplied with it that you can download from the OBSBot site, and then you can do what I'm about to do. Okay, so download the software from obsbot.com. You're looking at, I just need to change the carousel. Just give me a moment to change the carousel. You're looking at the OBSBot Tiny. Okay, and thank you for watching live today. Anything can happen, and probably will. This is Stephen live from Wiltshire, England, and we're looking at the camera that's down in the carousel, OBSBot Tiny, which is $199. Now, we've looked at this Brio, which you can see now. You're actually watching Logitech Brio now, and I'm going to take my name off because you know I am. You're watching Logitech Brio now. And Logitech Brio is towards the top end of the Logitech range. But the thing is, as I showed you earlier, it's got three angles of vision. It's got 65, 78, and 90. That's it. The OBSBot, however, has a much wider vision than that. And I'm just going to check something. I'm going to check that I actually show you the OBSBot. So just a minute. Okay. Okay, and I am now showing you this. I don't want to mislead you. Just a second. All right. Okay. Right. This is most definitely the OBSBot. You can tell from the colorway. Okay. As we said, the Brio is oversaturated. Okay, so next to me is are the controls for the Overspot Tiny. Now the thing is, you can see that I can move to 3 different locations straight away. This is straight out of the box. Nothing required other than to say, right, go from preset 2 to preset 1, and make sure you press unlock first. And that takes you down to my demonstration area. I can come back to me just by pressing one button. So it not only does it have 2 angles, it's got 3 angles. Okay, this is the Overspot Tiny. There's a 3rd angle. That's Avebury Stone Circle, which was built at the same time as Stonehenge, but it's not as famous. But it is, if you've got a bucket list and you're going to Stonehenge, then you should go to Avebury as well, because you can quite easily visit the 2 places on the same day. Okay, so 3 locations. It's got zoom. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so you get a full view of my office. Yeah, and then zoom out rather, and then I'm going to zoom in. Okay, and I can have it anywhere in between. Okay, this is the Overspot Tiny camera. In fact, I might label it later. So you've got zoom. You've got 2 times zoom. Okay, now it's field of vision. Let's come here. And I just want to change something slightly. Let me go here, just a moment. It's field of vision. I want to do that for a particular reason. Its field of vision is 270 degrees. Mega. Yeah. I'm going to show you that. And this is why, this is the reason I love the Overspot. Okay. I'm going to put myself full screen. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press one button on the Overspot, and hopefully this will work. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to look silly, but let's go. Okay, this is basically what the Overspot can do. Hopefully, just a minute. Let me check. I need to do a camera check. Okay, just a minute. That's it. Okay, this is what makes the Overspot special. First of all, is making sure whatever I do, see it moving, it will adjust so I've got headroom. We said earlier that you want to be in the middle of the frame and you want headroom. Okay, what you don't want is to be, yeah. Okay, so now let's go, and hopefully this will work. Okay, and 3, 2, just a minute. I need to do this testing beforehand. Yep, we're good. What the Overspot will do, and this quite amazed me, is that the Overspot, he said, just a minute. Don't you love it when a demonstration goes perfectly? Just a minute. I've broken it. I've broken it. Okay. Just a second. That normally goes so well. Okay. What happens, what should happen, is that as I move, what's going on? Just a minute. I know what should happen. I've broken it. This show is live, and if something goes wrong, you've got to own up to it. That wasn't what I expected to happen. Let's try again. What I want to do, just bear with me a moment. This is great experimentation, and okay, So it can go there, it can come back to me, and hopefully it's not actually. I'm going to try again. Just bear with me a moment. Just a minute. We're going to have to make a slight adjustment here. Just let's come back to the camera. We're having fun. Okay, I'm going to switch it off. When anything doesn't work, what you can do, well, don't panic, is to switch it on and off again. Okay, and what I'm hoping that now they've done that. Okay, now I've switched it on and off again. Yeah, I think we're right now. Okay. See, I'm glad you stayed with me. That was awkward, but we're here. Okay, I best explain. I had to switch it off and on again because I confused it, and that was my fault. Okay, but the thing about the Oberspot, which you're looking at now, you're looking at properly now. Oh, relief when something finally works. But I mean, that's live video. That's why I love live video. Things go wrong, and it's how you recover from that. So the thing is, the Oberspot Tiny can actually track me as I move. Okay, and I can move pretty quickly, and the Oberspot will track everything that I'm doing. And that's the beauty of it. So it's got 3 preset positions, but it's got built-in artificial intelligence, AI, and that allows it to track where you are. It's a PTZ camera. Pan, tilt, and zoom. Okay. And basically, when it was launched in 2021, it was crowdfunded on Indiegogo. It was oversubscribed, and I'm not surprised why. I bought my Oberspot Tiny 3 weeks ago from Amazon, and I'm just blown away by what it can do. Because the thing is, I'm just going to move my chair out of the way as part of this demonstration. The thing is that when you're actually stood up and you're presenting, you have more energy and you can throw your voice further than when you're sat down. Okay, now I've probably broken it by putting both hands up at the same time. Is it going to follow me? Nope, it's not. Let's put the hand up again. Okay, right. But that gives me a chance. We saw the tripod and the camera earlier, so I can put those back in their place. And I'm going to show you something else in a moment. But while we're with the Oberspot, what I want to do is talk about these. These are down the carousel, and these are Aftershocks earbuds. And I will highlight them in the carousel afterwards. But I do quite a lot of walking. And when you're walking, running, cycling, or jogging, you want earbuds that are actually going to do their job. And these earbuds do. Just a moment. Right, okay. So now I can put the earbuds on. Now the thing about these are Aftershocks earbuds. They will be down the carousel shortly. In actual fact, if I pick up my iPad and go along in a second. Yes, I found them. Nope, I haven't. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Okay. These Aftershocks earbuds are now down in the carousel. Okay. They go over your ear. They do not go in your ear canal. That's it. Which means, right, that's better. Which means that they're not rotating. I can wear these for 2 or 3 hours at a time, and they're so light, I actually forget that I'm wearing them, which is absolutely brilliant. So lightweight. Second thing is, Aftershocks earbuds were designed for the outdoors. They are rainproof. They are showerproof. They are Aftershocks. They're shock. Well, no, they're Aftershocks. You have dual controls on either side, and you can take a phone call with one click. You can make a phone call with the inbuilt voice assistant. So you can take and make phone calls using these. When you switch them on, go to your mobile phone, and if I had one to hand, I'd show you. Just go to your mobile phone, go to Bluetooth, go to, it'll show Aftershocks, click on Aftershocks, click connect, and you can then play your favorite podcasts or anything from Amazon Music through these earbuds. Now, sound, I'm going to be honest here, it's not hi-fi, but it is darn good quality. Okay, so music, podcasts, anything you like, phone call, one click, and they're so light and so reliable. Right, okay, so that's the Aftershocks. I may come back to these in a minute. I'm going to take them off for now. But what we're actually demonstrating at the moment, I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. What we're actually demonstrating at the moment, and hopefully it's still working, is this camera. And this camera is the Obspot Tiny, and the Obspot Tiny will follow you. It's pretty much airbag. Okay, the Obspot Tiny will actually follow you. Okay, now it's got two following methods. One is the one that I'm using at the moment. But if you were actually filming something which is moving, let's say filming in a gym, then you can get it to track, and it will track fast movement. So it's not just my speed of movement, it will actually track fast movement. And as you can see, it stays in focus. This is the Obspot Tiny. This is the most fun you can have with a camera. Its field of view is 270. It's got pan, tilt, and zoom. It's got AI that actually follows you. What more could you want to a camera for $200? It is 720 and 1080p, just as the C920 was. But it is a high quality manufacture. And I'm just going to sit down again. Hopefully I'll make it to the chair. Okay, I'm going to sit down again, and this is the one thing, it's actually lost me now, but if I go here, then I'm back and I'm seated again, and what I need to do is just lock the camera and preset location. Okay, so the Obspot Tiny, I can only say I've had so much fun actually using this and demonstrating this. It is, well, it's just fun, yeah. And the other thing is that in a conference situation, you can switch the camera from one person to another, yeah. So it's ideal. Now, if you click the link down in the carousel, you'll find out more about the technical spec of the Obspot Tiny. But in addition to that, you'll find out there's a new Obspot. Okay, now this is called the Obspot 4K, and click the link and find it. The Obspot 4K is a 4K camera, just like the Brio was 4K, and high quality. The 4K means you're going to get brilliant definition, a brilliant clarity of the picture. Higher the number, 720, 1080, 4K, the best of the clarity of the picture. That's it. Now, unfortunately, having 4K is one thing, using it is another. We can use it on our desktops, we can record in 4K, we can upload to sites that replay in 4K, but we can't broadcast it in 4K because we just don't have the technology. The internet infrastructure required to do that globally just isn't there. Yeah, everybody can do 720. Yeah, even in the third world, 720 is achievable. So 4K is useful, but the other thing that the Obspot 4K has, in other words, the successor to the one that's down the carousel at the moment, is that it also has 4 times zoom. The one you're seeing at the moment, the Obspot Tiny, is 2 times zoom. Yeah, 4 times zoom. So what I'm going to do, because I told you to go, I'm actually continually improving my kit. In 3 or 4 months' time, I'll get the Obspot 4K, and then we can do a side-by-side comparison, much in the same way as we've been doing a side-by-side comparison of, I'm just going to switch that on. I can hide that now and switch that camera on. A side-by-side comparison of Logitech Brio, which is on the left, and the Obspot Tiny, which is on the right. You notice earlier I said that the Logitech Brio is oversaturated in terms of color. Okay, so back. And again, thank you for watching. If you've got any questions on Amazon Live whilst you're watching me now, then please do ask. Now, what I'm doing is I've got obviously two cameras. How am I doing this? How do you attach two cameras to one computer? My computer is a Microsoft Surface Book 2, but I have on there a second camera, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can get a second camera on your PC or Mac for $16.99. Don't go away. I just need to change something. Okay. So I'll come back to, I'm going to go picture in picture so you can see a little more of what's on the desk. I'm going to shrink myself so you can see a little bit more of what's on the desk. Just a minute. Let me shrink myself. Okay, and apply. So I'm shrunk and you can see my desk. You can see, all right, okay. I showed you these a moment ago, which was when I was stood up using the ob spot. So I'm going to put the Aftershocks away. And I'm going to surf in the carousel. Just give me a moment until I find something. I'm not going to say that this is magic, but this is magic. Okay. We all know, I just want to adjust this somehow. iPad is going strange. We all know you can now have enough ports on a PC or Mac, enough USB-A ports. Here, there is a 4-way USB connector, which is down in the carousel at the moment. It is $16.99. This amazing unit. Now, first of all, it's made by Anker. It's $16.99. And this unit, you have your camera plugged into your PC or Mac, unplug it, plug this unit in. Simple as. USB-A, no problem at all. Just plug it in. Once you plug it in, you've got 4 connections, okay? And I've got 2 cameras and 1 microphone plugged into here, and this Toshiba 2 terabyte hard drive, which is down in the carousel. Okay, this, to me, this has changed my game. This really has changed my game, because I'm just going to bring it into view. With this, just let me change up slightly. Okay. With this unit, $16.99, and it is for very good reason. This is an Amazon bestseller. This is old technology. Okay, this has been around since manufacturers didn't put enough ports into computers. It simply works. You take the camera out, plug this in, and then you can plug 2 cameras, 2 microphones, 2 cameras, 1 microphone and a hard drive, 2 cameras, 1 microphone and a DVD player, and they all work as if they were plugged directly into the unit, the PC or Mac. It is not new technology. It's as old as the hills, but it works, and it means that on your PC and Mac you can have more than 1 camera, more than 1 microphone, and any external devices you want to connect. It frees you from the constraints, and it doesn't matter if you've got a USB-A port on your PC or Mac, then you can use this. Now, just to say, I'm a Windows guy. This is a Windows piece of kit. There are Apple equivalents available as usual. And if you go to the Anker store, just press the link in the carousel for the 4-way USB port. That will take you to an anker.com page. And from there, you can just type in Apple and you'll find the Apple equivalent. I think the Apple equivalent, like most things, I'm not making any political comments here, like most things, is $25, slightly more expensive than the $16.99 for DOS. Okay. Right. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to something different. Just let me get my iPad. I just want to say, right way up now, thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. You are watching, if I just get it on the bottom of the screen. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. No, not that. I think that's a subtle hint. Okay, just a minute. The order of the show has been designated by my showing that on screen. So just give me a second. I'll find it. I will find it. I know it's in the carousel somewhere. Okay. That's a good reason to show you. Right. The product I'm about to show you was provided by TrebLab for my use and review. Okay. And I do enjoy using it. It is a good piece of American kit designed in the USA. I'm just going to hide that. So I'm going to cancel. I just want to clear everything. Wait a minute, I found it. Okay, I want to hide that. Right, so the product I'm about to show you was provided by TrebLab, and it's down in the carousel now. It's the TrebLab HD77, which is there, but I can show you properly if I go to this view. Okay, I'm going to put my iPad out of the way. I'm going to take the anchor out of the way. I'm going to put the unit there. Okay. Probably I'm going to move the anchor again. I need to shrink myself, don't I? Just let me find the buttons and I will shrink myself. Okay. So you can actually see it. It's here. Okay. I just want to get that on display. Okay. This is the TrebLab HD77. It is a portable Bluetooth speaker. It is a waterproof portable Bluetooth speaker. It has 4 embossed buttons on the top, which I'm going to show you now. Basically, it's got an on-off button, and if I press that, you see 2 LED lights lighting up, so I know that now it's switched on. It has increased volume and decreased volume. It also has a play, pause, next track button. So those are the 4 buttons. That's how you control it. It is Bluetooth. So basically, all you need to do is go to your mobile phone or your iPad or your Android tablet, and you go to Bluetooth, and you can then pair with this. It will show us the HD77, and then you can play podcasts, you can play music on the HD77. Now, I've had this for 3 months now. I use it virtually every day. It's a quality speaker, rugged construction, ABS plastic on the interior, designed in the USA. TrebLab, a well-respected American company. And at the end, you've got subwoofers either end. You've got 2 inbuilt speakers, both 12.5 watts. So you've got 25 watts. Now, the average room only takes 20 watts to fill it. So this as a speaker goes up to 11. And if you've got the film reference there, well done. So it does really punch out a beat. It is made for outdoors, okay? And to that end, it's no bigger than a can of Coke, but that end, you can attach a lanyard to the top, which is supplied. You can also attach a carabiner to the lanyard, and then you can put it onto your rucksack. And then you can take it with you. And if you were climbing Mount Everest, then you could take it to the top of Mount Everest. It wouldn't mind the snow at all. And you could blast out Kylie Minogue or Led Zeppelin, and everybody would hear it. It's got a very crystal clear sound. Again, what they've done is drop the highs and the lows to give a rich sound. And this is capable of playing anything you want it to play, really. It is a quality USA design product. And it's got subwoofers either end, which vibrate. And you can switch it on and off using the 1 button. And that's it. So that was suggested to me by my own menuing system. And that is the TrebLab HD77 speaker. I use it every day. It's high quality build, well designed. I love good design. I do love good design, and it's extremely well designed and a quality product. Okay, so if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about, then please do ask. Treblabs HD77, no bigger than a can of Coke, is $69 today. That is 23% off. Okay, and I can show you. I mean, that's the size of it. I'll bring it in. Yeah, that's the size, and it's very handy. Lanyard and carabiner, and you can carry it about. You've got portable sound. This will be traveling with us as we go on our walks about castles and country houses in the UK this year. I'll take this with me, and then we've got music on the go. I will not, however, switch it up to 11. I'll have it so that we can hear it and nobody else can. I think that's only fair. But music on the go. Now, just a final note. This is waterproof up to rating of 6. I did see in my research for actually showing you this product, I did go to, as well as using it, I did go to YouTube and watched a few review videos. And the guys there took this and put it in a pail of water and took it out again, and it was still playing. It is waterproof and highly portable and not too heavy. It just goes in your rucksack. Okay. So that's the FG77, which is down the carousel. Next, where should we go next? Okay, I'm going to give a hint of what I'm going to do tomorrow. Okay, now normally I'm live at 9 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Friday. Okay, normally today I would be broadcasting with my co-host Nick Wood. So shout out to Nick. I look forward to seeing you again soon. But I went away for the weekend. We went to, if you want to Google it, you can. I've lost it. Oh no! I had a map earlier. Oh, it's here. I was fortunate to spend the weekend in Henley-on-Thames, and that's where the Henley Regatta, the rowing, takes place. Not Oxford versus Cambridge. This is the Henley Regatta, which is a celebration of rowing on the River Thames. And I spent the weekend with Angelica's family, and we had a fantastic time. So thank you to Katie and Satish for a wonderful weekend. We really enjoyed ourselves. We went to Cliveden, and we did a 6-mile walk around Cliveden, beautiful countryside by the River Thames. It was a sunny but cold day, but it was a great day out. And I can recommend going to Cliveden. Right, now, normally when we're out, I'm just going to put this out of the way and give you a preview of what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to put those over there. And I live close to Stonehenge. Yeah, that's where I live. I live in a county called Wiltshire, and I live 25 minutes away from Stonehenge. Okay, so what better than my next item, which I'm going to put onto the iPad. I love. I had to get the iPad to actually broadcast live on Amazon Live, and I do love it. I've been converted from being an Android man to an iPad, and it's all because of the quality of the iPad. And what I'm looking for is in the carousel. I know I put it there earlier. You know when you put something down, you forget where you put it. Okay, next on today is this. Okay, and I'm going to put the cameras side by side. Okay, and that should work. I'm going to go picture in picture. So that's the speaker, HD77, waterproof, goes up to 11. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is down the carousel. And I've been broadcasting for 6 years, and I'm a confirmed desktop man. I love my Microsoft Surface Book 2. And I love broadcasting on desktop because we can do so much. Like I'm showing you 2 cameras at the moment. And in addition to that, I've got total control. I'm in a studio. But I bought this last March. And this is the Hoem iSteady gimbal, which is down the carousel. And this is just an amazing piece of kit. I mean, it's basically, you take your phone and, wait a minute, saved by the phone. You take your phone, you take the case off the phone, yeah, and you put the phone in the clamp with the lens at the top. Okay, so lens at the top, that way. Then that allows you to, once you've switched this on, and it's just one button there which switches it on, it goes through 90 degrees, and you need it to be on a steady surface to actually stabilize it. Once you've done that, I use the home gimbal to go out with my mobile phone. Mine is an Android, but it works with iPhones as well, to go out and shoot video. Now, I'm shooting video for my own use. I'm shooting video because I put it on YouTube. And I can show you this and say this is a wonderful gimbal. But what I'd rather do is this. I'm going to show you, and just let me find some text. I'm going to show you a video actually shot using that gimbal. Just let me find a video. Okay, where would you like to go? Okay, let's go. Now I'm just going through my videos, and I'll find one in a moment. Okay, and I'm going to put it on screen. So I'm going to take myself off full screen. I'm going to hide my second camera. Right, so this video that I'm about to show you was shot using the home gimbal, and I just wanted that to show on screen, so just give me a second. So this is Salisbury Cathedral using the home gimbal. I'm going to turn my sound off. This is the gimbal I used, and this is the result. So let's go full screen. Okay, let's turn my microphone off and press play. Walk around the place. It is a great place to visit. It's something about Salisbury. And say hello to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. Hopefully I'm live on my website too as we take this walk around Salisbury Cathedral. This is going to be a short broadcast, but hopefully it's a successful one. I can't see your comments because I'm actually just following around the cloisters. Okay, now the plan is we'll walk around the four sides of the cloisters and try and avoid people. But Salisbury for centuries has been a place of pilgrimage, just in the same way that pilgrims in Spain go on pilgrimages. Then this is one of the places that people from Europe used to come and visit. We're about to go past a door in a moment, a very special door. So we head towards the end of the corridor, and this piece is closed off. There are gardens through that door. We can go out into the gardens, but we're coming up the third side of the cloisters. And if I go over here, then I can give you an idea of what he said standing up, what the cloisters actually look like. It is a beautiful sight. As I just pan round to the cathedral itself, and hopefully I can just climb down again. Okay, 1, 2, we're down. Okay, so now on our right, and it will be described in a moment on this poster here, this is the chapter house. And the chapter house, we can
sort of look through the glass, but that's where there is one of the copies of the Magna Carta from 1215, and it's one of the original copies made at the time of the original. It's one of only 3 existing copies of the Magna Carta, and if you go through that doorway, then you can read and see the story of the Magna Carta, and then you can read the document itself.
And basically, the Magna Carta, you just go into the room. Magna Carta is under glass to protect it, and you can see it's all in Latin, and that's where Latin education comes in handy. But the point I was making there is that was Salisbury Cathedral using this gimbal. So I can show you the plastic, and this is a high quality gimbal. It's very lightweight, okay, easy to operate. Just put the phone in there. That's all you need to do. Switch it on, and that's it. You can pan, tilt, and zoom. You don't need to, though. I did not use pan, tilt, and zoom on that video. All I did was to press start, and when I use this gimbal and my Samsung phone, Android phone, I actually go live, and I go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch all at the same time. And it's just an amazing experience to go live. Okay, so I'm going to tell you more about the gimbal in tomorrow's broadcast, which will be at 9 a.m. Eastern. And if you're interested in mobile broadcasting, then do join me, and I will show you more of what I get up to with. No, that was earlier, wasn't it? Hi, Dad. I've lost a bit. Okay, never mind. Okay, so over and say good morning, Rome, and thank you to everybody who's watching me. If you have a question or if you've got a comment, please do, like Rome has done. And Mike TV, good morning to you. Yeah, okay, my afternoon, your morning, absolutely brilliant, which means I'm wide awake. I mean, I've been out for a lunchtime walk, so I'm definitely wide awake. Although I'm waiting. Yeah. And thank you for watching. If you are enjoying this show, then do press the follow button, which is down below, which Rome has already done. And you'll find out more of my adventures as we look at everything to do with live broadcasting. And when I say live broadcasting, that'll include Zoom. You've got hints, tips, and tricks on live broadcasting, whether you broadcast on Zoom or you broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. I'm here to help. And I've been doing this for an incredible 6 years now. Always enjoyed being on Amazon Live. And I want to say thank you. And yeah, I noticed that your video was very stable. Thank you. And it's all down to this. Yeah, that's all you need. $99. And basically, with this, you can go anywhere. You just 4G on your phone, or 5G if you're lucky, and you can broadcast out and you can record for posterity. Everything that I show you is actually a 25-minute video in total, and all the videos are on YouTube. If you search for Stephen Healy, you'll find me. But thank you for the comment, Mike. Very kind of you. And I just love going out, because the thing about actually using a gimbal like this is not just the steadiness. Your phone is safe. Yeah. When you take photographs with your phone in your hand, or you take videos with your phone in your hand, you're frightened of dropping it. You're not with a gimbal. Okay. And the gimbal's they're very lightweight these days. I've got the Zion 3, which is a big gimbal. So I can compare this. I'll try and find the Zion 3. It's gathering dust somewhere, because it's been, technology just changes so quickly in this field. But the results speak volumes. And basically, the videos that I've done of Salisbury, of Stonehenge, of everything that's local to me, go on YouTube and people come and watch them. So people search for Stonehenge on YouTube, they'll find my video. And people do every week. People find my video and actually press play and watch the video on YouTube. So it's a great hobby to have. The other thing is, you don't notice it, but when you're actually videoing, you're actually moving, you're actually walking, you're actually staying fit. And I've been out in all weathers. I've got a video from Stonehenge, sort of March last year, and it was absolutely teeming down with rain. But I went on there and I took the video. And again, you can watch the full video on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, now if I bring this on screen, well, I don't know what to do next. Okay, so what shall we do next? Let's just scan through the carousel, and I'm happy to talk about anything in the carousel. And I'm going to end on this note. Okay, so we're going to finish off. I mean, I love everything live video, and I love the ability to go live and to speak to you today and to actually show you things which I enjoy using. Everything down the carousel I actually own, okay, and I can show you. Behind me is a Logitech green screen. Now, we looked at Expert VCam earlier, which is background removal tool. Hopefully, I'm going to try this now. I'm going to press this button here. I'm going to go here. Okay, bear with me a moment. I know where I'm going. It will be worth it. Just let me go here and here, if I can find it. Now, there will be people who tell you that their software, their background removal software, doesn't need a green screen. Yeah, I should be back in a second. It doesn't need a green screen, but it benefits from a green screen. Okay, now I can see I'm over touching my processor. I'll look at this again tomorrow, but that's how easy it is with a green screen. But let me just switch that off because I noticed that. Okay, now I will be talking all about green screens on Friday. Okay, we'll be looking at Exploit VCam, we're looking at BeLive, and we'll talk about how green screens can actually help you. I just want to finish up today with this. Okay, so I just need my second camera, which is there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move my iPad again, and the gimbal, yes, that's it. What material is? I don't know, Mike. Thank you for the question. It is plastic, yes. Yeah, the gimbal. This gimbal is plastic construction, plastic and metal bits. Okay, but it is very lightweight. It is compared to the older gimbals. This is very lightweight. Okay. Okay. Now the last thing I want to talk about today is this. Okay, and I'm just about to move you over there, so I'm going to put that over there, so it's safe. Is this? Okay. Again, we'll be talking more about this tomorrow. But for the last 8 years, I have had one of these. Okay, and this is a Fitbit. And this is the Fitbit HR Inspire 2, which is down in the carousel. And today it's 15% off. Now, I've had this Fitbit for the last 18 months. I've had 4 Fitbits in the last 8 years. And this is my way of keeping fit. Okay, I have used this daily for the last 8 years. I put this Fitbit on first thing in the morning, I take it off at night. My sleeping pattern, I know, but this Fitbit measures the number of steps you've done in a day. Now, I try to do 4 miles a day, which is 8,000 steps. This little unit records those 8,000 steps. In addition to that, it is a very elegant watch, and you can have, this is the strap that comes with it, but you can have designer straps of any color under the sun. You can have diamond encrusted straps if you want, but the essential bit is the bit in the middle, which is a lozenge, and that counts your steps during the day. it does it accurately because we've compared mine with Angelica's, and it is accurate. But this Fitbit is a part of an ecosystem. This is the easiest way to keep fit. If you walk around the house during the day, you will walk between 3/4 of a mile and 1 mile. You will do up to 2,000 steps a day. If you leave your house and go for a walk, then you're keeping fit. Okay, whether you go to the shop, you go for a walk, you go for a trek, wearing the Fitbit will measure your steps and it will tell you how far you have traveled. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you into my Fitbit world and just show you, because behind the Fitbit is a whole system to help you stay fit. Okay, there is no subscription fee. Buy the Fitbit, everything else is included for free. So I'm going to close a tab. Okay, and I'm going to go to Fitbit. Just a minute, let me type it properly. Okay, I think we'll wait for that to load. So I'm going to show you the website, okay, because this is the start of it. You go to Fitbit.com, you register your Fitbit so the warranty is in place, okay. Then I'm just waiting for the whirring to stop. And I'm going to try, oh, I hate it when they do that. I just want to go straight to my stats. I don't want to be sold a new Fitbit. Okay, and I'm going to log in and access the Fitbit site. And I'm going to confirm that I want to go to my dashboard. They make it so my dashboard. Okay, and then I'm going to share screen. So now I should be able to share screen. So this is what's behind the Fitbit. When you get a Fitbit, you're not just buying the hardware. I'm going to show you, and thank you for your patience, I'm going to show you what you actually get. I'm going to bring this on screen. I'm going to take myself off full screen, and we're going to go picture in, well, I don't need that anymore, so I can hide that. I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, this is my Fitbit dashboard, and this is available to me. First of all, here, Fitbit is a network, and you can make friends on Fitbit very easily. There's a whole community. Now, the thing about the community is the most supportive I've known, apart from the live video community. The Fitbit community is people who want to stay fit using a Fitbit. And there's a community where you can chat to people and get hints, tips and tricks, but there's also challenges. And once you get to know a few people, you can become part of a challenge board. And I take part in 2 challenges, a weekday challenge, Monday through Friday, and a weekend challenge, Saturday and Sunday. Now, the thing is that these are people who over time you'll get to know. If you go out for a 3-mile walk, then Fitbit will record that you've done 6,000 steps, and somebody who's on your ladder will cheer you on. Yeah, because they're getting to know you and they will cheer you and support you. They want you to succeed. They want you to do more steps. Simple as that. The community is there to support you. It's run by the community for the community. So if somebody starts a challenge, you're invited to join. If you say yes, you're in the challenge. And every time you go out walking for those 5 days or 2 days, people will see how far you've walked. Now, it's not about coming to the top. It's not about being on the bottom. It's about appearing somewhere in between. And if you can do that, then you're going to stay fitter. Simple as. So community is a big part of Fitbit. In addition to that, as you can see, the next item is it will measure your sleep. So if you wear your Fitbit at night time when you're in bed, it will tell you basically how long you slept for, when you woke up, how long you were in REM sleep, everything about your sleep. It will tell you the most number of steps you've done in a day. Now, the most number of steps I've done in a day is 60,000, which is 30 miles in a day. and that's because I actually walk marathons. I couldn't run a marathon. Okay, we're actually training to run a 5K at the moment, but I couldn't run a marathon. But I can walk a marathon, and that 60,000 steps was part of a marathon. Now, the other thing is that it will track you, not only as your Fitbit does on a daily basis, but it will track you for the week. Now, we've only just started the week, so I'm going to go for the week. Okay, and there's the number of steps I've done each day. So on Tuesday, I did 20,000 steps. On Saturday, I had 15,000 steps. So the number of steps you've done each day. So I walked 30 miles that week, which is pretty good. So all this information is available on the Fitbit.com site. The Fitbit does not have a subscription. This is included, yeah? And it will tell you how many miles you walked in a month or how many miles you walked in the year. Now, my aim, I've done 854 miles in the last year. My aim is to get that up to 1,000, to 4 figures. And you can see how this works towards encouraging you to stay fit. On the website as well, you can have a food log, okay? And it's got a very extensive food database. It tells me how many calories you should spend in a day and how many calories you've actually eaten, okay? It will measure activities other than walking. You can track your weight and you can track, oh, it's taking a while to find my weight. I've broken it, let's go back. Okay, and my weight is a steady 10 stone 9. And the information is available publicly because I chose it. Okay, so the Fitbit is to give somebody a Fitbit as a present is to give for the gift of health. Yeah, you're helping people to stay healthy. Now, I'm about to change my Fitbit, and my next Fitbit is down in the carousel. It's the Fitbit Versa 2, and I'll tell you why. Because it's got GPS tracking, it can give you a map of where you've been. And for that, I actually use Strava at the moment. So getting that Fitbit is going to save me $8 a month because I use Strava. So that has been this has been Lights, Camera, Action. I have been Stephen, live from Wiltshire in England, wonderful Wiltshire, Stonehenge, Avebury, Salisbury, about 97 miles from London. I'll be back again 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for spending time with me. Take care, and until we meet again, bye for now. Thank you.